everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of a podcast about movies, TV shows, video games, and lots of pop culture and nerd things. I will be one of your hosts today, and with me per usual are two of your other hosts. We got Alex, the dad, Brian, Mr. Negative / New Reliable. How are we all feeling today? Apparently pretty tired as of 2 seconds ago.
It was a big day. I saw an awesome movie. I went to the park,
Yeah.
normal things.
This man has parks and beaches and stuff now.
Parks
This
and
is a new man.
beaches. Yeah, I got a 1-year-old. She's got a lot of places she has to be
You
every
gotta
day.
keep
so,
them active.
Yeah.
Y'all
she's a
touching grass,
she's a
not
busy
really
one.
too.
She's very busy. I try to keep things chill, but she's very busy.
That's fair.
My whole ass moved, and that sucked.
Yeah.
Oh
a
shit,
lot.
you moved?
Yeah.
Brian's in a new place.
I'm in a
I
new
did not
place.
notice. And you have your poster in the same spot above your head, but the
Yeah,
lighting
I
is
put up the
different.
one that Oscar gave me because he
Holy cow!
apparently was trying to get me my poster back that he said he ripped, but he really didn't.
I bought Brian a replacement poster that I thought I trashed last time I was there 6 months ago and have been seemingly trying to get it to him for the past 6 months. And then finally I was able to get it to him.
And then I still almost forgot it after all that.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on the move. I had no idea that you were moving.
It looks about the same. So yeah, it sucks. Moving sucks. I hate it.
Moving is not fun. But are you happy with your new spot? It's a good location.
So far, I'm back in the city, the nondescript city, because I'm not doxing myself.
Sweet.
Everyone knows where I live. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Metropolis.
No, that's good though, man. I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, with that, guys, should we just hop to it? Because we got a very exciting episode to get to. So let's get to our first segment of the week.
News talk.
Which is going to dive straight into a second segment of this news because they ain't no real news to talk about as much. So we're going straight to the trailer park. Let's go.
Mom Spaghetti.
Has he even heard this before? Has Alex ever been this for this?
I've heard this
Heard it a
at
handful of
least
times.
5
Okay.
times now. And then Devin said something about Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, listeners, so we're going straight to the trailer park because we got a lot of trailers. New shit dropped this week, apparently. And so let's get to it. First one being the Boys spin-off show on Amazon called Gen V. It's about college kids with superpowers, so it's gonna be some wild, crazy antics. They put out 2 trailers. One was a regular trailer, and then they put a red band one up, which the first thing that made me laugh about this red band trailer was they just put the cursing back in it, but left the gratuitous violence in it, casual as fuck.
Goofy. Makes no sense.
It's
Interesting.
that's America for you.
Yeah, totally. I wonder what superpowers these college kids are going to have.
I mean, seemingly the main girl got blood bending from fucking Avatar.
Tight.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. It seems interesting. It's as grotesque as we know the original
Yeah.
series is. Do we know if this is based off of any part of the comic, or is this just they're just making
I
this
honestly
up?
don't know. I think they might have just made this up, but I could be wrong.
I hope it doesn't suck. I'm
I-
starting to get to the point where it's their shtick is so obvious that I'm afraid that they're
Right.
gonna overdo it.
It's hard to one up the crazy shit they've done in the past, especially in the last season. I don't know if I want them to continue to try to one up that shit.
Please, let's not do that.
It was gross.
Yeah, but as far as the show goes, I'm interested in seeing it. It's coming out really soon, right? I think it's either next month, the month after.
September. I
Yeah.
think it's September 29th or something like that. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
It's going to be one of the last shows we see for a while.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I wonder because obviously we see fucking Ashley's back in this show. So I do wonder if they're going to try to connect this to the overall The Boys plot, if we'll see anyone else show up or maybe try to recruit someone or something. I don't know.
How you get into this college? Because isn't it the whole thing? I'm not spoilers for a little bit of The Boys. The whole thing is that you're supposed to be given the serum that gives you the powers. So do you
Right.
it was part of your application taking the serum, or do they be like, you look like
That's
a
a
good
good
person
point.
that could use some serum? You want some serum? How does that?
Yeah.
How does that
Maybe
work?
it's a lottery. Like
Maybe,
Willy Wonka.
maybe.
You got to eat a dozen chocolate bars. and maybe one of them will have the syrup filling.
So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if my grades are good enough, can I just be Spider-Man? Is that just a choice that I have?
Right.
If you study hard enough, Billy, you can be Superman too.
In this world, absolutely not. Fuck no. You have to be the meanest, rudest person to get powers in this world.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll check it out. We'll see how well it does them expanding this whole world.
into it.
I would only be slightly worried that I'm like, don't stretch yourselves out too thin though. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to see 87 spin-offs of the boys.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, man, this one got me jazzed. Castlevania Nocturne, and that's saying a lot because it's from Netflix. But Castlevania, the original Castlevania show on Netflix, was probably one of the best shows I had ever seen, let alone the best video
Oh
game
wow, the
adaptations
best
I had
show,
ever
the
seen.
best show ever. One of the best shows you ever
One of
seen.
the best shows I'd ever seen. Yeah, that
Wow.
run, those 4 seasons are so fucking good.
I still gotta finish the last season, but yeah, it is a pretty great show. So is this a follow up or a different characters?
I mean, yeah, it's a different Belmont. So it's
I
Richter
see.
Belmont, who's a descendant of the 2 people, Trevor and Sypha from the original series. So
Yeah.
this takes place like years later.
Right.
Um,
Well, that's cool.
but I mean, I'm just happy to be back in this world, and obviously the animation still looks amazing.
For
It looks
sure.
fucking so good.
Yeah, I'm
That's
super
exciting.
excited about this. We were just talking about Castlevania yesterday,
Yeah.
and how good it was. And I don't know, man. This just they be cooking. I don't know what the rest of Netflix be doing, but for some reason, when they work on Castlevania, they be working hard. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Don't make anything else. Turn it to James Cameron. Only make Castlevania.
Right. Rebrand. Netflix is no longer. It's just
Just
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this comes out September 28th, so very soon. I'm very excited because yeah, I'm just excited to get back into that world. I hope it's good because I know that it's not the same creator or writer as that original series, Warren Ellis.
Oh, we're fucked.
So
Interesting.
I'm hoping it's still the writing and everything is still good. I'm
Game
still
over.
hopeful.
We're done for.
I'm still hopeful.
The animation and style definitely looks the same, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see.
Yes,
We'll see.
It's
We'll
nice
see.
what you can
Still
do
very
when
excited.
you use CG. You can just copy off of someone else's work.
Oh, is that what's happening here? I don't
It's
know.
definitely CG. Yeah, they're definitely using CG to do this.
Wow.
I can't remember if they did that for the first series, but
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Coming up. Next. Surprise. We got a fucking Loki season 2 trailer up just dropping randomly. Marvel was like, yo, Secret Invasion is bad. We need some goodwill. Let's chuck that Loki trailer out there. And you know what? I think it's seemingly worked because I've been only hearing nothing but positive shit after this trailer dropped. It looks good. I'm excited to get back to that world.
Yeah,
You
me
know?
too. I wasn't sure if there was actually going to be another season. It seemed like it ended in a way that it could have worked with a new season. It could have worked if it was just like a standalone. but
Right.
Yeah, it's
I don't
exciting
know. They love what's his face, so they had to make another
Yeah.
one Loki because
for sure.
a moneymaker for sure.
It
It was
makes
also
sense.
one of the few shows that was like overall beloved by most.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
fair. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yep. Let's talk about it.
Jonathan Majors is in it.
Yep.
It happened. He's
Ah.
not lost.
He's got
all
a
of his
trial date,
jobs.
I think, on August 3rd.
Oh shit.
So that's coming up real soon. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Yeah,
Ah,
I heard there's a
interesting.
lot of new evidence that it came out around that. I can't give the details because I don't know them because it's not my life. I ain't going to jail. But yeah, it's interesting that even through the fire in the pot, they didn't let go. I guess they believe in the
I don't
plan.
think they could. They were
Yeah.
like, I think they would have had to either scrap or reshoot literally the whole show. I
Which-
think they were just.
At
They
this-
could have. It would have
unless-
cost $1 million. At
At this point, I just assumed they were going to. Honestly, I thought they just didn't want any more. But maybe they're just like, we're already losing so much money. Maybe we need. Well, they're not losing so much money, but
yeah,
they're putting out some stinkers. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Maybe they figured that this is looking too good. It's a flash situation. This is looking too good for us to
Right.
give it up. Which means it's
don't
gonna be a
know, man.
bomb. It's gonna
I was
suck.
about to say the Flash made no money.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously he's in it, but I do wonder if because he's not in this trailer much, and I wonder if that's just because they are trying to reflect that he might not be in the show often, or if he's actually not in the show that much. But I feel like it's more of the former, and they're just trying to avoid as much controversy as possible
Right.
for now until whatever happens with his trial and whatnot in the rest of his life. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, the opening we see fucking Ki Kwan, who I forgot was going to be in this season.
right.
I'm excited to see him. He's a great dude.
Yeah. He's just like a good person in general.
Good for him. Seemingly playing the same kind of character he did in Everything Everywhere All at Once, just some weird multiverse man. But I'm happy for him.
Yeah, right. It seems pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So Marvel definitely needs a W at this point. All right. And our last trailer of the week. This was a bit of a surprise. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Didn't that first one come out like a year ago?
I thought it
That's
came
why I was
out this
confused.
year. I'm still waiting to download it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure it's like
can't believe
2022 that it. Yeah.
they made a sequel, man.
Did the game do well? I remember it was like really people were really excited when it was about to come out. And they were like, "Oh, this is the Smash Brothers killer! Like this one actually fucks. Like, this game
Right.
fucks." And then it came out, and no one cared, and I never heard about it
Yeah.
ever again.
Oh, you know, the last time I heard things about it was Velma calling the cops on characters. That's the last little
That's a
peep.
different game, isn't it? That's
Oh, is
Oh
it?
no, yeah, that's a
Oh, there's
multiverses.
multiverses. Yeah,
Another game that tanked because no one cared about
okay, okay.
yeah.
it. It's the
Yeah,
same game. You're
true.
not wrong. Like it's the same game.
No, the biggest controversy I heard about the Nickelodeon one was that there was no voice acting, I think, when it first launched.
Mhm.
And then it took like months for them to actually put voice acting in the game. People were like, we're not playing this anymore.
And then they put Squidward at the beginning of the trailer, and that does not sound like actual Squidward's voice acting. That's just
Ooh.
some guy.
Is this a sequel or just a remaster?
That's what's hard.
This is a sequel.
How much money did the first game cost? 30, $40?
I don't know, but it got on PlayStation Plus for free like within like 6
Oof.
months. So
Yeah, I'd charging people another $40 for what looks like the same game. The graphics still aren't amazing.
no,
I don't.
they look like they shown that in the trailer it shows some improvements to the fidelity, and obviously they've added characters like Squidward and Jimmy Neutron were the ones they showed here.
Yeah, but
Imagine not being in the
that,
first game.
that sounds like just a revamping though.
Kind of.
The number 2 seems a little extra. If you ask me, like,
Listen,
slow
Overwatch
down,
struggled
guys.
with the same thing, and we saw how that worked. Overwatch is tanked now. So
Mm.
maybe they should go ahead and release as a DLC, call it a day, or maybe do
Yeah, so
multiverses, make it free, give a battle pass. Who cares? Don't make people pay money for this.
$70, guys.
yeah,
Any
weird.
trailer
Weird.
of any sort that plays that kind of music, I just know it's gonna be bad. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But anything that's like super
The
hip hop,
music.
like generic, like pop music, it's gonna suck.
Mm.
That's funny. Yeah, I just thought just weird. Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's gonna be a game that hopefully is better than that first one.
Ooh.
We'll see. All right, that is the trailer park, which means that is the news of the week, listeners. Guys, shall we now hop into our main topic of the week?
Let's do it.
But first, we are trapped in another fortress, but actually this week our fortress is not a fortress. We are trapped inside our Mojo Dojo Casa house.
we got to get our rollerblades and jet rockets and
Get some pink on.
Sing Matchbox 20 and say that I wrote it.
Yeah, because we're in the fortress.
Barbie.
My job is
Barbie.
just spreadsheet.
I'm a Barbie world. No, I'm a Barbie girl and a Barbie world.
Yes, listeners, we're finally talking about Barbie, one half of the fucking universally loved Barbenheimer meme that happened this last week. Yeah, we're not talking about both Barbie and Oppenheimer because Oppenheimer was very long and I'm the only one that saw it. But we are talking about Barbie, which is arguably a much funner movie. But we'll get into it. It's not all fun and games at Barbieland. With that though, let's do some quick non-spoilery things. Alex, since you literally just saw it today,
I saw it
what do you think of
today,
Barbie?
yeah.
It's freshest in your mind.
I really loved it. I had a whole lot of hype surrounding me, or around it. I heard a lot of great things. I heard a few like mediocre reviews from friends and stuff, but I was like very excited
Wow.
to see it. Most of the people that I knew and saw online was like great reviews. So I kind of was expecting a lot, and then last minute I heard like a few less than amazing things. So I was like, oh well, maybe it'll just be like okay. And I was, pleasantly surprised. I had a great time. I went by myself during my daughter's little nap. I just like ran out real quick.
That's amazing.
Snuck out. No, it was we kind of like we take turns. My wife saw it a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was cracking up in the theater. I thought all the jokes were hilarious. I don't know. I loved the aesthetic and the style and the bubbly nature. I felt like it was just a great summer fun, good message, fun time.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you liked it. Brian, what'd you think?
For some reason, loved this movie. I came
It's a
in
good
with
movie.
zero expectations because I
Yeah.
had no idea, first of all, what the story was going to be about. I didn't know anything about this movie.
Which I think is probably the best blessing of the movie.
Honestly, and then the
Yeah.
memes were so strong about it that I was like, I had to see it for the culture, regardless of whether I was going to like it or not. I knew I was going to see it,
Mhm.
and it was one of those movies that had no business being as good as it was. Uh, I was really surprised by it. Of course, I do have my criticisms because it's me. Hello, guys, it's me. Uh, but no, as a whole, like this is a really strong movie. And like Alex said, like a lot of the jokes really hit really well to the point where it's like this could be up there with like Mean Girls as far as like a movie that I could see myself rewatching.
Yeah.
Because it has so many like quotable things that happen in it. And everyone does a phenomenal job in this.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a really all the actors and performances were really top notch.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single bad performance in this movie,
yeah.
and Will Ferrell's in it.
And Will Ferrell's and not even just like the movie itself, but just like the what happened around the world for this movie was so interesting. Like if
Yeah.
you don't go see it like within these like next couple of weeks, you're really missing out on a really like charmful thing that happens with like people dressing up. It was like Comic-Con, but Mean Girls.
But pink.
Yeah, Mean Girls mixed together. Where like everyone was dressing up and acting out and getting their cute little girly drinks. I went to one of those theaters where you can get food and drink, and all that was
Mhm.
happening. I was just like, this is such a endearing like phenomenon that's happened right now that like I don't go to the movies and see that kind of stuff anymore. No one dresses up for Spider-Man except for my one nerdy friend. Like
Right,
so,
right.
so it was kind of cool to see. I really enjoyed that. So
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I thought this movie was, yeah, phenomenal. I walked out just like, what a bundle of joy this movie was, and it was just like a breath of fresh air in terms of like, for one thing, God, I hope they don't ruin this franchise and make 8 million Barbie movies.
no, but they're gonna make 8 million Mattel movies. And they're already
Yeah,
taking the
yeah.
royalty out of
Well,
it.
I don't care about the fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. It's fine. um, But no, it was just like, yeah, it was something new and something different, and I think a lot of people have been feeling a little bit of fatigue. I think definitely with the superhero fatigue, and so I think this was also this again. I think the combination of this and Oppenheimer, that marketing that you can't just fabricate on your own. The universe has to just make that shit.
The
I
internet's
think that
undefeated
definitely helped the movie.
with memes. It helped. I am challenging that to think it actually helped Oppenheimer. I see a lot more Barbie girlies going to go see Oppenheimer than I see the other way around because
Mm.
That's
a lot
interesting.
of people in my friend groups definitely wouldn't have gone and see that movie if it wasn't for the memes.
Wouldn't have gone to
Right.
see Oppenheimer or Barbie.
Oppenheimer, yeah,
Yeah,
because
Interesting.
I think you're right about that actually. Like it's a movie for like film nerds and people that are like
exactly.
really interested
Right.
in the art of cinema, but Barbie is kind of for a lot more people.
Yeah.
That's honestly a good point because I saw Oppenheimer with someone who she was just like, "I mostly wanna see it for the meme." So I was like, "Alright."
Yeah, it's a movie that like I would see for the culture, but like I know that it's definitely like it's supposed to be a thought experiment more so than it's supposed to be necessarily me enjoying. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah, like, that's the thing is, like, you see the movie about, like, death and existentialism, and then you go see Oppenheimer. Good ti
That's good.
Alright, anyways, yeah, so yeah, a phenomenal movie, all the performances were so good. The music was so fun, like, that album, there's some bangers on
I
there.
was not expecting a couple different music video scenes like
Yeah.
a musical performances like that was really really fun.
Yeah, let's get into that real quick. Let's start with some spoilers. Spoilers from here on out, listeners.
I think Ken's song about about just being like a sad forgotten
I'm
Ken
just Ken,
doll.
man.
Just Ken. That was like the visuals were so freaking great. Like it was just so much fun to watch.
I hate to say it because this movie's called Barbie, and it's
uh
very important. But damn, Ken stole this
oh,
fucking movie, guys.
we got
I'm
to get some
sorry.
women in this podcast because we're doing
I'm
You
exactly what
just
they
stole
want.
the
saying.
movie. Interesting.
I think that scene is the best scene in the movie. That I'm just Ken music scene and the whole from the war that they have with the fucking plastic toys and shit that they're using
Yeah, you're not
because
wrong.
Barbie doesn't have guns, which I think is absolutely
That
hilarious.
was a pretty spectacular couple of moments right there.
It was absolutely hysterical, and I think Ryan Gosling and like credit to Ryan Gosling, but also credit to the writing. Like they gave him the best shit to say and
Mhm.
do. I think Margot Robbie is phenomenal in this movie, and she has the emotional weight throughout this movie. But if you're looking like as far as like the moments that will make you laugh the most, it's Ryan Gosling. You
Yeah,
know?
the Ken jokes are the funniest. All the
Movie's
jokes,
so
all the
dumb.
jokes about Ken and or men are like just like so spot on and like personally deep and man. I was
Yeah.
like, kudos to you guys. Like, you guys really did it.
It's so funny because like seeing the Ken stuff just makes me think immediately of like everyone. If you just swipe through Tinder as a woman or just someone that likes men, everything you see in that movie is exactly what you see on Tinder. It's men with a guitar singing some song that obviously everyone knows, but they gotta pretend that they made it and just acting super muscular and stupid and wanting to fight each other. Like it was just so brutally honest in so
Yeah. Oh
many
my god.
ways that I
Yeah.
thall was so funny, and to the point that it got a lot of people upset about it, where it was like, well, men aren't like that," and it was like,
Yeah, they are. That's why you're so upset.
"Have you met
Yes, they
men?"
are.
Look,
Uh,
I did laugh out loud. I couldn't believe
the
they
Justice
have a
League.
fucking Zack Snyder
Yeah.
Justice League joke in this movie. It was
That was
so fucking
that was
funny.
pretty good. That was pretty
I was
good.
like, that is perfect. 'Cause everyone knows I was a fan of that movie, but also that there are a lot of really shitty incels and terrible people that were surrounding that whole thing coming to life. So that joke was absolutely perfect and so fucking
It's so
funny.
good.
Oh, I couldn't believe they snuck that in there. It was great. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, all the Kens. Simu Liu, like the rivalry between him and Ryan Gosling was so fucking good. It was so good.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that
Why
nobody
do they
likes
hate
him.
each other so much? Like, if there's peace in Barbieland, why do these Kinjals hate each other?
But it's like a weird hate because it's like almost gay as hell. Like this movie's pretty gay, and them together talking about beaching off. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
I
Or
mean,
just-
yeah, that's
But it's like he almost like admires him sometimes, even though he's like bad at him. And-
Well, he
and then-
does, because like even like Barbie says about Simu Liu's Ken, she's like, Ken's not cool. And then Ryan Gosling's Ken goes, he's cool to me or some shit like that. You know, like he just thinks he's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Like, oh yeah. I mean, again, I think this is why Ryan Gosling, if no one has seen The Nice Guys, Ryan Gosling's comedic timing, he needs to be in more comedies. That dude needs to be in more comedies. He's got such a good dry sense of humor. He's a very funny dude.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's to me, Ryan Gosling is like the perfect video game character template where you just like a nameless character that doesn't really have that much dialogue that the
Yeah.
player can just like encapsulate. That's like Ryan Gosling.
I mean, that's basically what he was in Blade Runner.
Flavor-
He was a mannequin.
I was gonna say
Just in
Drive.
case.
And Drive, yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
drive totally. Yeah, that's his
My-
MO.
those could be, yeah.
His job is
Yeah.
car.
Mhm.
Oh my god, like yeah, his whole journey of like learning what patriarchy is and thinking that it's
It's
all
not
about
horses.
horses.
All of his lines were pretty remarkably hilariously dumb. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
oh yeah, horses, everybody, are just man extenders. Everything is meant to extend the tools of man.
That and like one of the best lines, because it's so absurd and dumb, is when they're trying to trick all the Kens. All the Barbies are trying to trick all the Kens and get Barbieland back. And she goes up to Ken and be like, "Hey, can we let's hang out or I'll listen, play, whatever." And Ryan Gosling's like, "1 moment, please." He walks away and he just screams, "Sublime!"
Yeah, it's moments like that where I'm just like, man, that would be like such a fun moment to be like
Yeah.
on set. Like the amount of people that are probably just like trying not to
You're
ruin
right.
the take by laughing.
At least one
Right.
of the takes had to be ruined from laughing just immediately because that's so funny.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, and just like not even just like the lines, but like just taking a minute and looking around what you're standing in. You're in fucking Barbie land. It's like, is this
Yeah,
real?
the
Is
sets
this
were-
really
the-
happening?
The sets were pretty fantastic. Yeah, I wish I
Oh
could
my
have
God,
seen
dude.
some of those.
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort into making it like feel like it's your Barbie toys, like all the houses and like the what is it when they're going and like traveling to the real world and they spend the time in the camper, but the camper like opens up like the Barbie campers used to.
yeah.
Like that's
and
you didn't have to do that.
I think the ambulance
Oh, yeah.
opens up.
Uh-huh.
That
It's
was
like, you didn't
pretty
have to do that, but that's such a good like small little addition. That's just like okay, you're paying attention to like what makes Barbie Barbie. Like that's always so funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot like they did like beyond like the funny like that this is like a comedy. this is like a true Barbie movie in terms of there's a lot of deep cut Barbie shit
There's
that
it's like there's a lot of history.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's crazy.
I learned
I
a
didn't
lot.
know there was a Barbie whose boobs grew.
No.
I didn't know
Did
that,
not
but my
know.
friend did have the Barbie that was pregnant, and we lost the stomach to her, so she just had a fucking man-eating baby just
shit.
hanging out of her
Oh
stomach
no.
at all
Oh
times.
no.
That's hilarious.
I didn't realize they
Damn.
got discontinued so quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Fair. I mean, fair.
That and fucking well, let's quickly talk about Alan, who nearly stole the show with that fight scene.
What happened to him? Did he die out there? We never
No, I
really
think
go
he just
back to
stayed in
him.
Barbieland.
But he was fighting off all the other like construction Kens or maybe other
It was
construction
so
Allens.
fucking. That was some Michael Cera Scott Pilgrim shit right
Yeah,
there.
he was kicking some ass. But like they drove off. Didn't they leave him then?
They did. They sure did.
Or did I think he get back in the car. He got back in the car. He's like,
Did
let's
he?
go.
I think you see him again at the end.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Once Barbie Land's back to being Barbie
I
Land
was
and
about
not.
to say. I thought they just
yeah.
left his ass. Yeah, who the fuck is Alan? I've never heard of that character.
Yeah, me either. But
It's
I
Ken's
thought that
buddy.
was absolutely fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks just like that too.
That
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
that in between the joke where he says all of NSYNC is Alan. They're all Alan.
Yeah. I like that, and I like when I can't remember what was going on, but they were making fun of Alan again, and one of the girls, the youngest girl daughter was like, who the hell is Alan? And Alan goes like, oh, I'm Alan. I'm friends with Ken, and I can wear all of his clothes. So that's all my characteristics. That's me.
That's all I do. That's
I'm
all I
Ken's
do.
friend, and I wear the same size as him.
Yeah. Ugh, so funny.
Which also, there's no way Michael Cera wears the same thing, the same clothes as Ryan Gosling.
Right. He also probably had one of the best jokes where he talks about is like he's like all the kids are building a wall quick before they realize they can build horizontally and not just vertically.
Oh man.
God, man. Michael Cera. I'm glad to see Michael Cera back. I thought it was great. Good for him.
It's kind of funny. He's starting to look a little old. And like I never thought that day would happen.
Yeah.
But like he looks older.
He doesn't look like a 25-year-old playing a 15-year-old anymore.
Exactly. He looks like his age. And that's really weird to see. He's getting sleepy eyes, getting little bags under his eyes.
But yeah, what'd you guys think of the real world aspect of the show? Like there's a lot of stuff in this movie where I could not believe they got away with it. The whole Mattel, everything to do with the Mattel company. I was like, how did they let you guys do this?
Yeah. I feel like I thought a lot about this in the past couple of hours that I've had to chew on this. But I feel like they made a lot of jokes at Mattel's expense. But at the end of the day, they're not really tainting the name of Mattel, and especially the Barbie name. Like at the end of the day, like Barbie as a company and Barbie as like an idea still like throughout the whole movie is like comes out on top. And I think that's like probably the best thing for a company to just like be supporting this line, this IP, this brand of Barbie, and at the end of the day, they're just like reinforcing that Barbie is amazing. So it sounds
also,
like
they're gonna make
win.
so much money from this movie.
Say.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen there. Yeah. They know they had some intern that's 23, something like that, some kind of Gen Z person. Look on Twitter to kind of be like, oh, what's going on there? Oh, people like when you make fun of big companies. Let's do it. Make fun of Big Core. Make fun of Big Core right now. All the suits are like going and like scrambling right now. Get them. Make fun of Mattel. Get Will Ferrell. He's funny. Yeah. And that's how they made $1 billion.
Yeah. And like props to Will Ferrell. Like this was probably the most tame Will Ferrell that has ever been in a movie ever, and he was still kind of loopy. But I thought he was fine. He was funny. He is one of the best lines in the movie because it's just like it's one of those most ridiculous things where it's when Barbie shows up and they're trying to get her back in the box, and she doesn't want to at one point, and he just screams at her, "Get in the box, you Jezebel!" And he's like, "Wait, oh, we not allowed to say that anymore?" I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell are we doing?"
Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
I don't know if I like Will Ferrell. I mean, I don't. But yeah, I wasn't mad at him being in the film. As soon as I saw him, I said audibly, "Oh no!" Everyone turned around. I was like, "Oh, my bad."
To me, the whole movie, especially the Will Ferrell aspect, from the moment it started, just felt like very similar. And then maybe it could have been like a parallel universe or the same like Marvel Cinematic Universe or of toys as it felt like the Lego movie, like a spinoff of the Lego movie.
Yeah.
And that one even had Will Ferrell in it, so it's like
I'm about to say yeah.
I feel like they could very well be the same universe where these toys have a real world on their own, and then there's our world where we play with the toys, and then there's Will Ferrell who is connected to all these toys somehow.
It's Will Ferrell.
He's either the CEO or he's
It's
the
gonna be
dad
the Will Ferrell
neglecting the
toy
kid.
universe.
Yeah. Because I mean, they both had like a nice message about being true to yourself and nice to others and stuff like that.
Yeah. I also thought like this could also connect to the Elf universe
Oh.
because it was
True. Let's go.
Boo.
It's like a weird, like where a weird character comes to the real world, doesn't know what the real world, the fish out of water story. Like this is Elf again.
That's fair. That's actually a
hilarious.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's continue talking about the whole real world thing because I think this is one of the things that I've heard some criticism about, only in terms of like this is where the movie kind of slowed down was everything to do with like the America Ferrera character and her daughter.
Oh yeah,
that whole
Gloria
storyline.
and her daughter, whose friends were named after Brett's dolls, which is a fun little Easter egg.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Bratz
yeah.
dolls.
All
Oh,
those people
that's
at that lunch
funny.
table when Margot Robbie first meets them and was like, "Hi,
Yeah.
whatever." They're all named after Brett's dolls.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
I didn't hate the stuff in the real world. I do wish that they went a little bit deeper on the daughter's explanation of why like Barbie is not as good as Barbie thinks and how it's like messing with young women's like psyche and their subconscious about like what they look like and stuff because of Barbie and this and that. And I felt like she was making a lot of good points. But I feel like they could have it would have been cool to see them explore that topic because she just kind of like threw all that information at Barbie and Barbie was sad about it and surprised and then they never really like talked about it anymore.
And what you're saying right there is my biggest criticism of the movie as a whole is it is one giant fucking softball. They did not get really that deep into.
But at the same time, like it's a criticism I have, but I'm not mad at it because I don't think they were trying to change the world per se, or like open anybody's eyes. Like all these ideas are things that everybody should know about by now, and they're just like having fun and like saying like, should right? Yeah, look. Masculinity needs to tone it down. The patriarchy fucking sucks. The system is rigged. Let's laugh about it. That was the vibe that I got. But it would have been nice to see them push the envelope a little bit.
And that's kind of the thing where I kind of struggle kind of back and forth with it because I definitely agree with you. Softballs are sometimes nice, especially when you make it easy to digest. That makes it easier for people that maybe don't know what we think they know to be like, oh, true. Well, now that makes it feel a little bit better. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, that is such an easy, you know what I mean? It's like X-Men being like, oh, it's about racism. It's like, of course it's about racism. You know what I mean? Like, that's so easy. Do something different. But I guess we haven't had anything like this before. So it's cool that we've been able to see it this way.
I think they did a decent balance of like, we're here to tell this fun story, but also address that the character that we're talking about is problematic in a way, you know? Yeah, I thought that they struck a pretty decent balance with it.
Was I supposed to like Gloria? Because I did not. I didn't like her very much.
Really?
I was a huge fan of Gloria.
Which one's Gloria?
That's
the mom.
That's the mom.
Oh, she was cool.
Why did you like her? I didn't really have
an
opinion as much about
the subverting your expectations thing was fine, but I don't think it was.
Oh, I called that.
Yeah.
They show those flashbacks. I was like, that's America Ferrera. I can see the side of her face.
That's funny. I'm glad they didn't wait to the very end to like reveal that.
It was a little ham-fisted there.
But I was like, oh, I mean, was I supposed to be thrown off? Like I felt like it was pretty easy to pick that up.
Yeah. I think that was probably on purpose. I think they wanted to make it a pretty easy read. I don't know. I just didn't feel like she had I don't want to say she didn't have enough to do, but she just had like a weird place
a little bit
in the movie to a point where it's like there's almost like a good chunk of like the third act where it's like she doesn't exist again. Even though the story is supposed to be like kind of about her, you know what I mean? About her struggles and things like that. So I don't know. That's kind of where I was like, oh, okay.
That's fair. Once they get to Barbieland, I mean, she has to be there to kind of help them morally support and get back. She has,
Mhm.
obviously she has the big speech at the end. But other than that, yeah, it does go back to being Barbie the
Yo,
movie, you
that
know.
speech would've went crazy on Tumblr in 2010. That shit would've gotten so many reblogs. The 15-year-old girlies
That's
would have
true.
made so many
That's
fucking
very true.
pictures
Yeah,
of
I wonder
mountains.
if what this movie would have been accepted like if it came out like 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
I mean, yeah, that is one thing where it's like one of my thoughts coming out of this was like, damn, women are so much better than men in terms of like, there's no way dudes would make a movie with the lead's name is like the movie's called like Ken, for example, and they give the best scene to the female lead. They would a man would never do that. And so I'm like, women are so much better than men that, at least in my opinion, they gave Ken the best scene in the movie, and the movie's called Barb. You know what I mean? And like, I think it's
That's
crazy.
kind of the thing
That's
as a
funny.
whole when it comes to the movie is it's not just a movie about like feminism and how women are treated in the world. It also goes into a
No.
lot about how patriarchy affects men and how it's
Mhm.
also not a good idea to have men be completely silent and in the shadow of women as well. Like it goes into a big space about that. A lot of people didn't get those allegories
Yeah.
that were happening there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it talks kind of about how there's a balance for everybody. Everybody should be just wanting to be better and be, cooperative
Right.
in life, which the movie didn't have to be about that at all. They could have just completely skirted over that, and King could have still been.
No, like as I was watching it, I was like, "There's a different version of this movie where it ends with like Ken's death or some shit." And because there was a part in this movie
Holy
where
shit.
I was, there was a part of this movie where I was like, "Yo, I think Ken's an incel." I'm like, "What?" But they didn't lean so far into that because they were like, I couldn't imagine they were probably like, "We can't make Ken an incel and then redeem him at the end." I would imagine.
Yeah,
So like, we can't get cross that line too hard, and but
that's funny.
they walked the line a little bit. Mostly, but I was like, Ken's depressed. Ken's depressed, guys.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of people were just being
Yeah.
real. I really thought that they were going to, whenever they were like talking about how they need to like reclaim Barbie Land and whatnot. I was like, oh, they're going to realize that they also like made a mistake and like are throwing away all these Kens and not being like they're kind of doing the like they said multiple times that it's the direct opposite of the real world and
Mhm.
clearly the real world is fucked and how we have women on the bottom of the totem pole is fucked and how the Kens are at the bottom of the totem pole is maybe not the best idea. So I thought, oh, maybe they're trying to do like a where they're going to rebuild the world and make it a little bit more even or very close to even so it's a better version
Right.
of both universes, but they didn't really do that. They gave Ken a little bit more responsibility and made a joke like, "Oh, in a few more years, Kens will have almost as much responsibility as women in the
Right.
real world do." I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious. Like, yeah, that's fucking funny." But I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like if this movie wasn't about the corporation of Mattel and wasn't trying to be safe and be softball and they were trying to push boundaries a little bit, I wonder if they would have done a version of the ending where
Where President Barbie says yes when the Kens are like, "Can we get one Supreme Court justice, Ken?" And she's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"No."
where it is more of like a safe haven for everybody, where it's like
Right.
truly equal. But at the same time, I thought a lot about it, and I was like, this movie is Barbie. This movie's about Barbie,
Exactly.
and what Barbie is standing for is women first, women's rights, badass women all day, every day,
Yeah.
and it's you know, and it's about time. Like we don't need a movie about oh the men need to be like
Right, right,
like
right.
Please,
so
God, we don't want men in this movie. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Yeah.
it probably would have been a terrible choice if they made it even. Like they needed to make a joke about it and be like, nah, we're just gonna go back to being Barbies.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna be the Halloween costume of the year. Is everyone's gonna be wearing I am Knuff sweatshirts and just walking around on Halloween. Like that's gonna be everywhere. I
Yeah,
saw that shit, I was like, "Yo, they marketed the fuck they're gonna
that's
make
gonna be
so much
on
money off that sweatshirt."
Hot Topic, Walmart. They're gonna have them everywhere.
They got official merch. I think it's like $60 for a hoodie. I can't remember.
Oh, pass.
Mattel gonna make so much fucking money,
Oh,
man.
of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. At the end of the day, baby, capitalism.
Oh, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. What did you guys think of the the god of the god of this universe being Ruth Handler, the creator of Barbie, and just Just Barbie got a vagina now. Barbie a human being now.
That was a choice.
Yeah, cool.
He said,
I
"Cool."
was like, damn, all she got to do is like believe and she can just be a human.
Yo,
that
Barbie
not how
can
you
do
got
anything,
yours?
man.
Turn in some like mermaid Disney movie, but I'm here for it. That's fine.
Yeah.
It was something. I don't hate it. It was stupid enough for me to be like, okay.
Yeah, at that point it was so the movie was like pretty ridiculous, so I'm just like, sure, why not? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Be a human.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna end this movie, and I didn't expect it this way, but okay, why not? Ends in a pretty funny gynecologist joke. I was like, okay, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
And that's the lady from Matilda. That
Yeah,
played
that's
Rue Hadley.
yeah, real Danny DeVito's real life.
Oh.
They're a couple at that point in Matilda. They're real life married.
Are they not
Oh
anymore?
really? Wow.
Are they not anymore? I
Not
think they
I
are.
don't know. You
No.
said it as if they weren't, so I was
Oh
confused.
no, they're still married. Yeah,
Okay.
Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito. Yeah.
That's cool.
Real quick, Easter egg tidbit. The old woman on the bench is the real life Barbara Handler, the real daughter to Ruth Handler. The old woman on the bench that Barbie
Oh,
says hi to.
cool.
Of course, her name is fucking Barbara.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I was like, this old woman is special because they spend a lot of time on this right now.
Yeah,
It's
right?
funny because
That's
they
cool.
almost cut that out of the film.
Oh,
from what
really?
I heard because they said it didn't add anything. But it's like that adds
Yeah,
everything.
no,
What do you mean?
yeah, it was a good scene.
Yeah.
God damn, Margot Robbie can cry, bro. she
She got a good
cries
cry
so
face.
much in this movie.
She learned. She learned how.
Same, TBH.
Yeah. She's like, it sucks, but it's kind of awesome.
Quick little shout outs. I love Helen Mirren as the narrator. I thought she was very funny. I love the joke about filmmakers. Margot Robbie's way too pretty to make this lesson be learned, because it was so funny. Because in that moment before she spoke, I like audibly thought to myself in my head. I was like, when she's crying, I'm like, gosh, she's so pretty. And then Helen Mirren comes in and says, I was like, oh, thank God they addressed it. Thank God.
I'm ugly now. That's a girl. Quit playing.
So I did like the movie was smart. It wasn't dumb, and it didn't talk down to the audience. And even like walking into this movie, I saw there were little girls, kids going to see this movie. I was like, oh yeah, this is a. And I saw the trailer for the next Trolls movie before this. I was like, oh yeah, this is a kids movie, I guess, in a way.
But it's like not a kids movie, isn't it? PG-13.
I think it's
I don't
PG-13,
know.
but like
What is it
I mean,
rated?
kids are seeing
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are seeing everything, but yeah, I feel like it kind of made for people in like their 20s, 30s mostly. But I mean, yeah, totally like kids.
I think
parents.
kids. I think
I feel like
especially
the-
like kids like the daughter's age, the America's daughter's age.
Oh yeah,
The
Yeah, I think
tweens.
they will enjoy this
it's
as
for
well.
the
I think,
tweens out there.
and even maybe younger. I think kids are smarter nowadays. That I think some of this stuff won't completely go over their head. I think they'll catch on.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. I feel like there was like in the overwhelming amount of media that is based around nostalgia, this one was like a nice healthy amount where it's
Yeah.
like I mean, I didn't grow up playing with Barbies every day. Like my sister had some, and I played with them a little bit with her. But like, of course, like everybody knows, especially if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, like everybody knows
Right.
Barbie. So just like being in that like world was like it felt familiar and fun and nostalgic. So I feel like we can appreciate it a little bit more than these tweens.
Yeah.
tween
No, that
poppers can.
absolutely. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because they have Monster High dolls now. They don't have fucking Barbie.
What the hell is Monster,
Monster
High?
High.
You never heard of
Brian, why do you
Gosh,
know
get the
these
program?
children's toy
Fucking
brands?
Get with the
Losers.
program. You get with the program.
I worked at Walmart in toys.
That's how Brian knew the Bratz girls' names.
He's the best employee.
Actually, someone
at
else told me
Walmart.
about that. I didn't know that, so someone else told me. I'm not gonna
The
take
most
credit for that
helpful
one.
Walmart employee ever. Over here.
You gotta know what the kids want, bro. They brought back Furby for some
That's
reason.
funny. That's
Still
funny.
terrified.
Yeah, I mean, I just have last couple little things. One, if you're a feet person and you love Margot Robbie's feet, this is the movie for you.
She's rated pretty highly on a Feet Finder, from what I hear.
Did you know Quentin Tarantino is one of the
I was
executive
about to say.
No, I'm just kidding.
He bought 8 tickets to this movie.
Yeah.
He saw it on IMAX.
I love one of the things that audibly made me laugh out loud was the opening. Well, obviously, like Barbieland looks amazing, but when Barbie flies and Helen Mirren talks about how like, yeah, kids, you never make Barbie go down the stairs. You just pick them up and move them around. I was like, oh my god, that's funny. That's really good. I
Yeah, that was pretty good.
thought the dance party was a lot of fun. Great time.
Dance party was epic.
Again, yeah, the music was good. Ken playing the fucking Matchbox 20 song for 4 hours straight. Oh my god.
That's so aggressively annoying.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
I'm glad you mentioned what song or who the artist was. I was convinced it was a classic
Oh.
3 band.
I mean,
I was like, it's either Nickelback,
I
Three
mean,
Doors Down,
yeah.
or one other 3 band.
you're basically
Yeah.
correct. Yes.
Not far. But and then the fucking Mattel they got in a censored motherfucker in this movie. Again, I was just like things I was like, I can't believe they let him do it. It's just so funny. It's crazy. But yeah. That's it. That's mostly it for me. That Nicki Minaj Barbie
Yeah.
Girl remix at the end was pretty good.
With Nicki Minaj and Ice
Yeah.
Spice.
Oh yeah,
pretty
that's a
dope.
pretty good song.
That
That's
was a
pretty good.
choice. No, Weird Barbie. I like Weird
Oh,
Barbie
yeah.
because
shit,
it
Weird
reminds
Barbie.
me that girls play with Barbies the same way they play The Sims, like absolute psychopaths. I don't know if you've ever watched a girl
Hey,
play
that's sexist.
either with
You can't
Barbies
say
or The
that.
Sims. They play like
Yeah.
absolute psychopaths, and that's exactly what
Yeah.
happens.
That's true, man. Poor Weird Barbie. I like how they constantly have to apologize. I'm sorry we call you Weird Bobby behind your back
And
and to your face. Kate McKinnon is good in this movie. I think she's really good.
yeah.
I think she's funny.
It's a good movie. It's a
Fun
funny
movie. Like I'm excited to
It's
see it
really
I
again.
can quote so much from
I
it
want to go
already.
see it
yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and like, just it's one of those movies it's like a weird phenomenon that comes once in a while. Like everything surrounding it.
Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought that it would blow up? I mean, it's obviously a great movie, but the timing, especially with Oppenheimer, like that they couldn't have planned that.
It's kind of it's crazy. I remember a lot of people have been comparing how this hasn't been a thing since like in 2008 when The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia came out on the same day. That's the closest we've gotten to it.
I did not see Mamma Mia. I can tell you that with utmost
Yeah.
confidence.
A great movie though. I watched it many years later. Mamma Mia. Yeah.
Nice,
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, it was like the Dark Mia walk so Barbenheimer could run.
Dark
The
Mia.
Dark Mia.
That's funny.
This movie did way better than Flash, and I love that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yo, Warner Brothers have been talking about how like this movie is saving their fucking yearly profits.
I believe it. Yeah. It's so funny considering that movie had industry plants talking about how it was the best movie ever and it still flopped. And then Barbie came out of nowhere by accident at the same time when another big Christopher Nolan film came out, and it's gonna make $1 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah, is Barbie doing better than Oppenheimer?
I would imagine.
Box office?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty
definitely.
sure it is. Yeah.
100%.
Like I would say, one, it's a different vibe of a movie. Two, it's an hour shorter, so you get more screenings throughout the day. But
Damn.
this leads into a thing I was gonna say. I think this movie's gonna make $1 billion. I hope it does. I honestly hope it
I hope
does.
so.
I think
I
it
want it
does.
to.
I'm pretty sure it's
I want it to be
already
a Marvel
over
movie.
half a bill. I think it's over $500 million,
Yeah, I want to say it's like 600, something like that.
and it's only week 2. I think it's gonna easily make $1 billion.
I hope so.
Devin's seeing it again right now.
That's
listeners,
true.
so-
It's literally true.
He's not here so
He's
he can watch it
literally
again.
missing this to watch Barbie again.
That's commitment right there.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I think listeners, I would imagine if you're listening to this, you've already seen this movie, so we don't have to say go watch it because it's a great time, but go see it again. See it with as many people as you can. It's a great fucking time.
Oh, also great opening with the homage to 2001
Oh,
Space
yeah, I
Odyssey
forgot about
with
that,
the,
yeah.
the kids like smashing their dolls.
That little girl in them
Oh, that was
glasses
so
is gonna be a
funny.
meme star.
Yeah. What a way
Yeah.
to open. You just know what you're
Yeah.
getting into.
Oh, so fun. So much fun. Check out Barbie. It'll make you think about life. Honestly, this movie has a lot in comparison to Oppenheimer, which I thought was very weird. There's a lot of existentialism in this movie at times that I was not prepared for.
Maybe they did plan it.
Maybe they did.
plan it.
That's why I knew that movie was right up my alley. As soon as she was like, "You guys ever thought about dying?" I was like, "Yes, all the time. Thanks." It was a perfect movie for me. Thank you. I might have to get a T-shirt, guys. I might have to get a
Right?
Barbie T-shirt. I'm into it.
Get it?
The capitalism got me.
Oh, it's so funny. Yes. All right. That is Barbie, listeners. Guys, shall we now quickly go into our final segment of the week,
Let's do it.
which we like to call Free for All, title pending. This is a segment, listeners. We can kind of do whatever we want. We can recommend something, talk about our day, talk about life, fight, nap. It is free for all. I will very quickly go first, rattle off a couple things. I finished The Witcher Season 3. Volume 2 came out this past weekend, the last 3 episodes of Henry Cavill's Witcher career and also maybe of the show ever. No, I will say, like, it's a bit bittersweet knowing that this is the end for Henry Cavill's Geralt, because as I was telling Brian pre-podcast, it's a little bit seeming like Henry Cavill did all the heavy lifting because now from where they're at the end of this is where like the adventure really kind of kicks off for all of these characters in a way. And he ain't gonna be there to fucking enjoy it. Just the irony of that. But look, it's the same thing I said when I talked about the first half of this season. It's fine. I don't think it's any better or any worse than season 2, which isn't saying much.
Oof.
It's just it's a Netflix show at times, and that's what's really grating.
Mm.
Fair.
But it's I mean, I think I'm more curious than excited to see what season 4 is gonna be like with Liam Hemsworth. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's no excitement there. I told you he could be the best Geralt you've ever seen before in your life. It's gonna tank.
It's
gonna tank,
probably,
and that's gonna be the end of the show.
probably.
So rest in
They've
peace.
said that
The Witcher.
that Netflix has them signed up for 4 and 5, but who knows?
Oh.
Netflix might say nah.
No.
We'll see. We'll see. That I also finished Secret Invasion, the Marvel show. The finale's
Also hear that suck.
bad.
That's a bummer.
Which is a bummer because episode 5 I thought was genuinely really good and got me jazzed for the finale, and then the finale was kind of a pretty big letdown. Not gonna lie.
They're already memeing one part of that. I think you know the part that I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
probably. And it's just,
that
it's
should look bad.
it's a bummer. It's a bummer. It's a bummer because a lot of things. I'm not gonna get into spoilers. It's just, and also I do wonder if Samuel L. Jackson was trying to act in this show or not. But that's okay. That's for another time.
He's at the age where he doesn't have to anymore.
I guess
He's
so.
done
Well,
all
bro,
of the movies.
come
He has like
on.
what, the second most accolades, like, or the second most like films and media filmography done ever.
Yeah.
He's got
wow.
300 stuff. 300. That's too many.
He's got the same amount of films as he does F-bombs in those films.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen the first 2 episodes. I haven't been too jazzed about it personally.
Yeah.
To really continue watching it, but I do want to finish it for the culture at least. But I'm not excited about it. I wasn't excited about it even when I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, this doesn't look like what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, honestly, like I was excited for it because I was like, oh, give me some spy shit. But it's just like they don't do enough with it, and if they don't do enough because like the whole main plot of Nick Fury's character of the show is like, Nick, you're washed, you're old, you don't know how to do this spy shit no more. And at the end, it's obviously they're gonna do the whole thing where it's like, he's back, but he don't really do anything. And I'm like, is he back? Because that plan was kind of weak. What are we doing? And I get it. It's not like they can give Samuel L. Jackson like an 80-year-old man like a fight scene or some shit, but like he did some badass shit in Winter Soldier. That car chase with Samuel L. Jackson in that movie is amazing. But it's like they don't I don't know if they just couldn't be creative enough to think of what they could do action-wise to make him seem like a badass, but I'm like, let him be an intellectual and be not dumb.
First of all, we can have that man have a fight scene. We watched Willem Dafoe Batista bomb a dude through a fucking.
That's very true.
We can make the old people look. We had Batman just a second in the Flash. It looked like shit, but we had.
I think Willem Dafoe is a different breed of human, though. I think
that was next level.
He's a crazy man.
He's a different breed of Green Goblin. So yeah, it is what it is. It's only 6 episodes, and like the last
fair.
4 episodes, the last 3-ish episodes are only like 35 minutes, and it's like with 8 minutes of credits. So they're not. It's not. That's why I was like, oh, I don't know. Oof, yikes.
What the fuck?
Yikes.
Did they forget to make the show?
I don't know.
They like had to copy someone's homework on the way on the bus. Like what happened?
Yeah, apparently,
because that's really short. What's going on here?
Yeah,
interesting.
And as usual, shout out to God of War Ragnarok. Woohoo!
Boo!
All right, I'm good.
I can go real quick. Because I want Alex to have all his free time afterwards.
I don't know what I have done in the past couple weeks.
He went to the park, baby. I've been doing a thing on Thursdays where I watch a movie because I'm bad at watching movies. So I'm trying to watch more movies. So every Thursday is movie night for me. This is actually a couple weeks ago that I watched a movie called Barbarian, which I'm sure you guys heard of. It
Oh,
came out in 2021 with
yeah.
the uglier Skarsgård brother and some lady.
We're so mean to that guy.
He's not even ugly. He's just kind of he has a very unique look.
Yeah.
And also he's in it, so that just
He's
really
the
didn't help
clown,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, that really fucked him up to be honest.
Oh, he plays
Yeah.
it in
Yeah.
the original or the new?
The new one.
No,
Yeah, the new one.
Uh
You probably know if you've seen him.
yeah, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, Barbarian, if for people who don't know, it's a horror movie basically based around two people ending up reserving the same Airbnb in the slums of Detroit. I don't know why the fuck they got the Airbnb there. Yeah, and then spooky, scary stuff happens. I don't want to get into spoilers about it, but I did not like this movie.
Really?
I did not like this movie at
Mm.
all. And it gives me Hereditary vibes where it's like it's really highly rated, and I think it's by people that are just trying to be too cerebral,
Hmm.
but I don't think that it hit the allegories that they were trying to go for the way that they did. Because believe it or not, this is a movie that's kind of about sexual assault
Right.
and abuse of power against women. When you come down to it, and that sounds great when I explain it that way. It's like, oh, that's really cool. That allegory. It's not done well.
Mm.
None of the things that happen with it are really done well. A lot of things are just got you kind of like, okay, like that was a thing that happened. I don't feel better or worse about that happening. Yeah, I don't know. It's like there's a big twist that kind of happens like halfway through, not even halfway through, maybe the first third,
Right.
where you think the movie's gonna go, it doesn't go, and then that second that 2/3 afterwards fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. I can't. I just really wasn't into it at all, and that's how Hereditary made me feel. Like the big thing
Yeah,
that happens
yeah.
in Hereditary. Once you get past that, everything else after that just like what the fuck.
Mhm.
And that's what I said this entire movie. After that, I was like, what the fuck. So yeah, I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to see that movie, but that wasn't when I wasn't really going to a lot of movie theaters and stuff back then when that was happening. So I just kind of slept on it for a while. So I
Mm.
was excited about this movie, and I wasn't expecting to be so disappointed because I heard such good reviews about it.
Right.
But it just was not my cup of tea at all, and you know, it happens.
That's
But that's part of
interesting.
it's part of movie night. Movie night, you got to watch some stinkers.
Yeah, it happens.
nice.
Barbarian, is that the one with the Justin Long? Is he in that movie? He's the
Justin,
dude from the he's in Dodgeball. He's the
yes,
skinny kid with the mop hair.
He used to be play Mac when the Apple Macs were
Yeah.
just
Oh
coming out.
yeah. Oh my God. What a
that's
fucking
a
deep
deep
cut.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
those commercials.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. So yes.
He's in that movie. Okay, it's that. It's
Mhm.
the one I'm thinking of. Okay. That's disappointing though, man. That's a bummer.
I mean, other people might like it, but I do think it was something I thought they were doing something really smart, but it didn't. It wasn't smart to me. It didn't
Yeah.
feel smart.
That's fair. It happens. Cool. Alex, what you got for us?
I recently went and saw a movie. Guys,
I
for
was
the
gonna
first time in
say.
a long time. I went to the movie theater by myself. I didn't get any popcorn,
Boo.
but it was a really good experience. And I realized, I haven't been to the movie theater in a little bit over a year.
That's
So
crazy.
it was great. I planned it out with my wife. We have the kid now, so made sure everything was copacetic at home. Bought the ticket last night, and today I went out and I went and saw Barbie, and it was really fun. It was really. I'll tell you guys offline how good it was.
Okay.
but,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a great little movie.
This little indie film, Yeah.
Yeah.
Called Barbie.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Maybe you heard of
This
it.
this brings into a big thing of like I'm very pro seeing a movie by yourself. I'm not like people think that's weird. I have no problem seeing a movie by myself.
You know what? I am very pro movie theater by yourself too. It was actually only the second movie that I've seen in theaters by myself. I saw Whiplash
Oh
and
wow.
then Barbie. I've seen other movies, but those are the only two that I've seen.
I've only seen
theater
Whiplash
by
and Barbie.
in the theater by myself. Like I've gone with I go to I used to go to the movies with my wife all the time.
Right.
I mean, we've been together for a long time, but yeah, usually with somebody or a group of people. But yeah, it's nice. It's meditative, and you know,
It's not a bad
you
time.
you it's
I
it's
mean,
a good time. Yeah.
you can't really talk, so it's not really a social event, but people always pretend that it is.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
actually funny because of the podcast, I watch a lot more movies than I normally would, and I usually go to matinees by myself. And I found to really enjoy it like that because it's like, yeah, I get to see a movie on a big screen that I paid money to go see, and I go the fuck home. I don't have anybody bothering me. I don't got anything, all the extra stuff. I don't
Right.
have to like coordinate with people to be like, oh well, do you want to see? Oh, Sunday doesn't work for me. Can you see it Saturday? Oh, Saturday doesn't work for me. I just go to the movie, see the movie, go the fuck home. Um,
Yeah.
and there's something nice about that. And I go to this little theater that used to be by my old apartment, that is like stuck in the '90s really hard.
I kind of love those old shitty
Yeah,
theaters.
so super charming because it's just me and three other people in the movie theater, and then I see the same motherfucker every single time I go in there. He's super mean to me, but I know he's a constant. He's a constant. One time he told me he liked my shirt. Oh, he didn't say he liked my shirt. He said, "I have the same shirt," and that was it. Then he scanned my ticket, and I was like, "Good seeing you, brother. See you next time."
What an
I know,
odd
like,
duck.
Oh wow.
That's so funny. No,
Yeah,
yeah, like
so
this Barbie, I saw Barbie by myself as well, which I will say, like, my theater that I went to pulled out a decent amount of stops. Like, I had to walk down a pink sparkly runway to get into the theater that
oh yeah, that's
the
right.
Oh,
doors
that's
had
fun.
pink balloons hanging by every theater that was playing. I was like,
That's what's up.
"Yo,
They fucking
this is
get it.
pretty dope." Okay, I'm
They
cool with
get
it. I
it.
saw it. Yeah, it was great. But I'm pretty sure the last movie I saw by myself was another Margot Robbie movie. I think I saw the last Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie by myself in 2020, right before the
Yeah.
pandemic really hit its peak. I'm pretty sure I was also sick when I saw it, but not COVID sick. But I was like, apparently, if
Wow.
Margot Robbie comes out with a movie, I'm gonna see it by myself in the middle of the day.
I mean, you're probably the only one in the theater. Let's be
It's
honest.
true. That
Who
movie made
who
no money.
who fucking saw that
Damn.
movie?
Not a soul. Not a soul. That's fun. That's great. That's our show, listeners. We've done it once again. You can email us at
Woohoo!
thefortressof@gmail.com. Fortress spelled F-O-U-R. Feel free to email us any questions, feedback, recommendations, or anything like that. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube channel at The Fortress of. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Follow the 3 R's like a beautiful Bollywood movie. Rate, review, and recommend us to everyone and anyone you know. Thank you, Jackie, for helping edit the podcast this week. Thank you, Brian, for the art, Alex for the music, and Devin, thank you for being here even when you're not here because you're so committed to Barbie that you needed to see it again. You can find Brian on Instagram at ITZ_ by the way, Alex at Peterson Films, and Devin, you can find him at I'm a Barbie Girl in a Barbie World. Next week, I don't know. We'll do something real fun. I doubt we're gonna talk about Secret Invasion this week, or next week, or The Witcher. But we'll do something fun. We'll have some fun. We'll do something cool. Maybe we'll talk about
It'll be something.
what the MCU needs to do to do something right. I don't know.
Stop. You need to stop.
Just quit.
Just stop.
And as usual, happy holidays, everyone. Put a code on us. Code out there.
I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. It's pretty exhausting.
It's bedtime, guys. It is fucking bedtime.
All right, listeners. We will see you here next week in another episode in the Fortress of.
Oh, I also learned that Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito are separated, not divorced, but separated
That's sad.
as of 2017.
Damn. Well, that's the button. All right, bye.